Welcome to Sherpas, where we share for you to learn and succeed. In this video, we will be discussing general principles of penalties under the Revised Penal Code. General principles on penalties. Ano nga ba ang penalty? In criminal law, penalty has been defined as the suffering that is inflicted by the state for the transgression of the law. Ito yung pagdurusang ipinapataw ng Estado sa isang tao dahil sa paglabag niya sa batas. Bakit tayo nagpapataw ng parusa? May 5 theory tayo to justify the imposition of penalties. First, theory of prevention, where the state punishes an offender to prevent or suppress danger to society arising from the person's criminal act. Second, theory of self-defense, where the state punishes the offender to protect society from the threat inflicted by the criminal. Third, theory of exemplarity, where the imposition of the penalty acts as a deterrent to discourage others from committing the crime. Fourth, retribution or retributive justice, where the state punishes the offender as an act of vindication or revenge for the harm done. Fifth, theory of reformation, or what is now referred to as restorative justice. The state's objective in restorative justice is not to penalize but to engage in a sincere dialogue toward the formulation of a reparation plan. So yan po yung mga theories in justifying the imposition of penalties. However, bago tayo magpataw ng parusa, itong mga sumusunod na babanggitin ko ay dapat isaalang-alang o sundin. First, the penalty must be productive of suffering without however affecting the integrity of the human personality. Dapat ramdam pa rin ng nagkasala yung consequence ng ginawa niya, pero dapat yung parusa makatao pa rin. Ang kadalasan na parusa ay imprisonment o kulong. Nire-restrict lang ang freedom of movement ng isang tao pero hindi kasama dito ang torture at iba pang paghihirap. Second, it must be commensurate with the offense. Different crimes must be punished with different penalties. Kung gaano kabigat ang kasalanan mo, ganun din kabigat ang parusa mo. The more grave yung crime, mas mahaba ang kulong nito. Third, it must be personal. No one should be punished for the crime of another. So kung ikaw ang gumawa ng kasalanan, ikaw ang paparusahan at hindi ibang tao, at hindi rin pwedeng akuhin ng ibang tao. Kung anak lang ang nagkasala, anak lang ang paparusahan, hindi kasama ang magulang. Fourth, it must be legal. It is a consequence of judgment according to law. Dapat hatulan ka muna ng korte bago ka parusahan. Yan ang tinatawag nating due process. Fifth, it must be certain. No one may escape its effects. Ang mga parusa ay dapat tiyak at tiyak na ipapatupad. Walang sinuman ang dapat makaiwas o makatakas sa epekto nito. 6. It must be correctional. Hindi lamang parusa para magdusa, kundi para turuan din ang tao magbago ang kanyang pag-uugali at mapigilan siyang umulit ng krimen. 7. It must be equal for all. Anumang tao, mayaman o mahirap, mataas man ang katayuan o hindi, ay dapat tumanggap ng parehong parusa kapag sila ay lumabag sa batas. Wala dapat special treatment. Ang criminal law natin ay dapat prospective in application. Ang batas kriminal ay dapat ipatupad lamang sa mga kilos o gawaing nagawa pagkatapos maging epektibo ang batas. Hindi maaaring parusahan ang isang tao based sa batas na wala pa o hindi pa umiiral nang gawin niya ang isang particular na aksyon. Kailan naman siya pwedeng i-apply retroactively? Yung batas i-apply before pa naging batas ito. Penal laws shall have retroactive effect insofar as they favor the person guilty of a felony who is not an habitual criminal, although at the time of the publication of such laws, a final sentence has been pronounced and the convict is serving the same. Ang penal laws ay maaaring ipatupad ng retroactive o pabalik. kung pabor ito sa taong nagkasala basta hindi siya habitual kriminal. For example, ang penalty ng crime na ginawa niya ay 10 years, tapos natulan na siya ng 10 years, tapos later on may bagong law, sinabing 5 years na lang yung penalty, mag-a-apply sa kanya yung 5 years. Kahit lumabas yung batas, after niyang makulong kasi favorable yon sa kanya. Let us discuss death penalty. In April 2006, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo commuted the sentences of 1,230 death row and ultimately signed Republic Act No. 9346 in June 2006, which abolished the use of capital punishment, which is the death penalty. Sa ngayon po ay wala na tayong death penalty. Ano ang pinalit? Section 2 of Republic Act 9346 states that in lieu of the death penalty, the following shall be imposed. The penalty of reclusion perpetua, when the law violated makes use of the nomenclature of the penalties of the revised penal code, or the penalty of life imprisonment, when the law violated does not make use of the nomenclature of the penalties of the revised penal code. So instead na death penalty, magiging life imprisonment or reclusion perpetua na lang. Di ba po court ang nagpapataw ng parusa? Ano yung i-consider nila bago sila magpataw ng parusa? O ano ang tinitignan nila para maibigay nila yung tamang parusa? First, stages of execution. Ito yung attempted, frustrated, at consummated. Magkakaibang stage, magkakaibang penalty. Second, the degree of participation. Ito naman kung principal, accomplice, o accessory. Magkakaibang partisipasyon, magkakaibang penalty. Third, the presence of attending circumstances. Ito yung JEMAA, justifying, exempting, mitigating, aggravating, at alternative. Kung present ang mangyan, either walang parusa, mababawasan, o madadagdagan. Ano naman yung mga prevention or safety which are not considered as penalty? First, the arrest and temporary detention of accused persons as well as their detention by reason of insanity or imbecility or illness requiring their confinement in a hospital. Second, the confinement of a minor to any of the institution mentioned in Article 80, now PD 603, and for purposes specified therein. Third, suspension from employment or public office during the trial or in order to institute proceedings. Fourth, fines and other corrective measures which, in the exercise of their administrative or disciplinary powers, superior officials may impose upon their subordinate. And fifth, the privation of rights and the reparations which the civil laws may establish in penal form. Itong mga nabanggit natin ay pag-restrict sa freedom ng isang tao pero hindi siya considered penalty. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to share it and to subscribe.